Welcome everybody back to the Bachelor in Paradise Morning After. I'm Marcus here with Gabby and Anna, and we're going to talk about some of our favorite things from Mondays and Tuesday nights episode. I'm going to kick things off. Obviously, the big talking point is Chris promising his devotion to Tia.
I'm sorry, Chris? I thought we just called him Goose.
Terrible. They're both. This is a terrible name.
Okay.
I will not. I refuse to call him Goose.
I kind of love it, and I kind of like that he goes third person with it.
He does go third person.
He calls himself the Goose.
Chris is my least favorite person in Paradise.
Him and David are both annoying to me.
I love David.
Wow. I think you're the only one that feels that way.
The only one who feels that way. I don't even think David likes David.
Chicken suit, right?
Yes.
Chicken suit. No. So Chris devotes himself to Tia, and Tia's like, okay, Chris, I'm all in with you, and then Kristen goes and makes out with Krystal. That's obviously the big moment. So I want to take you through just a little timeline if you forgot, because it was over 2 episodes. So on Monday, Chris says to Tia, or he says, if Tia gives me the rose tonight, I'm willing to give her 100% of my time. Okay? That's what he says on Monday.
You have all these different characteristics that draw me to you. And it's something that I definitely want to continue to pursue.
Thank you.
And then Tia says to Chris, oh, Chris, I love you. This doesn't seem like real life. Like, I always go for the wrong guy, all right? And it's like, okay, well, maybe spoiler warning here, yeah. So then Chris on Monday, after getting Tia's rose, Chris says one of my favorite lines, I'm not one to brag because that's not me, but, which is never a good thing.
Right.
But it feels good to be in a position where I come out on top, okay? Chris says, that's not who I am. I'm not a bragger. He's like the biggest bragger on the show.
Yeah, so full of himself.
Well, I feel like he's getting so overconfident too that he's like, it's like a pretty small area that they're all in, and he's like playing all the different girls, and they're all gonna find out about it. And at the end of last night's episode, it was about to go down. So that's I think what we're gonna see next week.
I just can't say anything Chris does. I'm with you, Gabby. And then last night, so after all that, Chris says, I kissed Krystal. It was unexpected. You want to know my line when he's bragging? I mean, come on.
The lamest line.
But I really want to kiss her right now.
But you've never kissed a blonde.
I know, and I'm actually kind of excited because I want to make you the first to get a kiss.
I've never kissed a blonde before, and I want to give you the title.
I'm surprised Krystal went for that one. I'm also surprised he was bragging about it afterward. That was the most embarrassing thing. If I said that, I would never tell anyone.
It was unexpected.
Good for you.
Want to hear my line? I was like, honestly, I never kissed a blonde girl before, and I want to give you the title.
That's like the cheesiest line you don't tell anyone.
He's 30 years old.
Yeah.
And that's the best you can come up with.
That was the best he could do. And Krystal, I think they have one of those things, because again, which I mentioned last week, the people that are in Paradise have seen very little of Becca's season. So they didn't get to see Chris's complete mental breakdown on Becca's show. So to them, they're like, well, Chris is a charismatic guy.
Well, I think he's trying to get ahead of it. Like, he knows that that's coming out, so he's like, I better get in before anyone sees
Chris
this.
is like a wolf in sheep's clothing to me. Like,
totally.
he is like a charmer at first, and then once people start trusting him, then his true colors start to come
I
out.
totally agree.
But I'm wondering, okay, so next week, or next elimination, the guys are in control, right?
That's why he's so confident.
Right. Because
Like,
then I'm thinking the week after that, when the girls have the roses, I think he's going to go.
You think so?
Because I think it's all going to come out by then.
I don't know, I think he's really slimy. I think he probably ends up staying a while.
Right now he's a confident guy because he has the rose, but
Right.
next week he's going to put all the tricks. He's going to make everyone fall for him. I think Krystal and him are actually a good match.
I was
for each
actually
other.
going to say that. I feel like they both are kind of on the same wavelength. They both have trouble with self-control. I think they would work out really well.
Right.
You like who someone like you're attracted to that.
Yeah, I think I could see, and Krystal obviously didn't care that he's been with Tia, and like she went for the makeout too.
Tia's way too good for that.
Tia bugs. I
love Tia. I think she's such a sweetheart.
She's falling for all the wrong guys. Like, I don't know. I just kind of want her to Colton when we get together. You know they're going to get together. Maybe not on the show,
Yeah, probably afterward.
but they're going to get together.
Yeah.
But then there's talk of Colton being the next Bachelor.
I don't know.
I
I don't know about that. I think it was.
Jason.
I don't know if this was a producer manipulation, but I think it was nice that Colton kind of went in there and told her the truth. I think they kind of set it up that way, but I still feel like Colton's a good guy and he would do something like that.
He kissed Krystal.
What else did you guys like? What else stood out to you guys?
I was obsessed with Jordan and Jenna, the way they got together. Like, right when Jenna walked in, Jordan literally, his eyes
lit up.
popped out of his head, his
Someone
tongue was
saying
on the
it's like the
floor.
heart emoji.
Like, he was obsessed with her from the beginning. I thought it was so cute. They're literally like Barbie and Ken, like perfect for each other.
Okay, but Annalise was
Yeah.
heartbroken by the whole thing. That was painful to watch. Also, how they spliced it together with like her saying she's gonna leave with a ring on her finger, and then him making out with
Yeah.
Jenna in the ocean. It was hard to watch.
It was very cringeworthy, yeah. But I did like the way after the date, how he went up to her and told her, like, look, like, this is how I feel.
Our date was fantastic, right? But today, what happened on that beach, the romantic connection there, it just doesn't happen.
That was maybe the worst way to let someone down ever. He said multiple times, "My date today was fantastic."
I think that was him though, like saying like Annalise, like you're cool, but like I had a really
Yeah,
good date. He kind of rubbed it in a little bit.
He
but
totally rubbed it in. He goes, it was fantastic. There was such a strong romantic connection. I don't think we would ever get there. But he said everything in like the worst way possible. And then,
I appreciate his honesty.
but then on
Same.
top of that, he's like, but I still think you're a really good person. So if something happens and she doesn't give me the rose, I'm gonna come back.
No, yeah, that's where he fumbled. That's where I was like, you went a little too far.
So funny.
That's like his contingency plan.
I was telling my wife as we were watching, I was like, Jordan's actually handling this really well.
Right.
And then he said, but you're my back. And I was like, and he.
Yeah.
That's, I was like, I was
And
with
she
him
was
until that part.
Okay, I was like, girl, come get out there and be like, hell no.
Yeah.
Like, if we're done, we're done. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
like sit around and wait for that to not work out.
Yeah.
I do like Jordan and Jenna together. He did seem like that was a lot of what we see of Jordan is he's putting on his persona, you know, which is
Yes.
just the Jordan, the one-liners. He's funny.
Well,
he's not
can I
taken too
just
seriously.
say one of my favorite lines,
What?
which
Which one?
was someone that understands the brows and the power that they have, what she said about Jenna.
Jenna had good
There
brow
you go.
game
She
going.
also said we can make sure our hair's in the right place. We can pluck eyebrows together, talk about serious dramatic issues. So
Maybe they are the perfect
they're on the
match.
same page.
I think they are. I think with her we saw like a glimpse of the real Jordan.
Yeah.
There was no persona. He was just happy. And
Yeah.
you could tell, and he wasn't like cocky with the horses threw him off, and like
Yeah.
didn't really know how to act. And
You could tell he
you
was
kinda
definitely
saw it.
nervous.
He was nervous.
I love romantic Jordan. I thought it was nice to
I
see.
totally agree.
So sad though when they came back from their date and she's wearing like the barely covering anything nude bikini and you just see Annalise like,
Yeah.
Died inside a little bit. Poor
not that we
Annalise.
know what Jenna's bottoms look like because they were boxed out.
Boxed out the
I think it was a very big box.
The entire time. I feel like that drew even more attention to it than it would have otherwise.
What did it look like? I didn't know.
Okay, so we got some new additions last night, so other than Jenna, but Caroline came on as well.
Yes, okay, so I didn't remember Caroline.
I remember
Ari's
well.
season, yeah.
So she was in Ari's season.
And she was the one that called him out at
Yeah.
the after show.
She did, which annoyed me, because she didn't have a very big part in Ari's season, but in the after show, I think she was really trying to make a play for herself and like betting on herself, like, well, I'm trying to get on Paradise. I'm gonna try to stir things up.
Right.
And so she went at Ari really hard, which he deserved. But and then she also is kind of a gossip on some of the after shows I've seen. I think she's trying to plant herself in, and it worked. She got to Paradise. Okay. So she goes.
She's in a little love triangle.
In a love triangle.
Yeah.
She likes
John.
Venmo John.
Venmo John with the
John.
game.
He is revenge of all the nerds
He
out
is
there.
so smooth because of all the
So
guys who
smooth.
use these cheap ooh, like these cheap lines to get the first kiss.
Yeah.
Can I give you a birthday kiss? John doesn't even use a line. He's
Yeah.
just smooth. He goes for it like
Yeah.
gentleman style.
Because there aren't a lot of Johns, guys like that, in the Bachelor franchise. We don't see
Exactly.
many guys.
Nope.
So it's kind of a breath of fresh air for viewers and for the girls.
Yeah.
I
Hence
know.
the fact that he's like juggling two right now.
And he also
Exactly.
was like, I don't talk about my job and my wealth, because I don't want it to be about me. But it's like, this guy, you created.
Okay, but
you
that was
create Venmo.
that was like a little like I don't talk about my
Maybe.
job because then everyone knows how rich I am.
No, but he's like, but I worked with Venmo before they got bought out. But it's like, dude, you definitely got paid. Like,
Oh,
you
for sure.
helped create on the
Yeah.
iPhone.
Yeah. He's definitely a catch. And I was kind of happy to see him kind of playing the field a little bit. And he went in for the kiss on both dates. He's not afraid to make the first
And he
move.
made out with Kendall too, like who was
So
friendly and
he's
entranced
with
with the grocery
Caroline,
show.
and then remind me the other girl's name.
Jubilee.
It's totally blowing my mind how much I'm enjoying John's company. There's just that instant connection, that spark, and he's really cute.
I'm surprised. It surprised me because I thought Caroline and John had a good date.
Same. I thought
And,
so
like,
too. But then I thought
They were like cuddling.
yeah,
You know,
and then she came up, but she did say she didn't care if anyone had an established relationship. She was just
Yeah.
gonna go in there, and she
I'm surprised John
did.
said yes though. That surprised me.
I think he's just keeping his options open.
Yes, Caroline should have just. If Caroline really wanted him, she should. As she saw Jubilee walking over, she
She should have been
you
like-
need to say no. Yes, you.
So who do we think he's gonna give his rose to?
I don't know. That's hard.
The
That's
preview,
hard to tell.
but the preview had him making out with Jubilee a lot. So
I think I might be Team Jubilee.
Yeah,
Caroline
I'm
is
totally Team Jubilee.
she's a
Yeah.
nervous wreck. She
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
very anxious.
They both play instruments, him and Jubilee, so they could be
Yeah.
a little family band.
Also, the date with Caroline got a little awkward for me when she just kept like looking at all the animals while
Yeah.
he was trying to talk. I was like, I don't know about this.
Caroline to me also had the worst.
The worst entrance.
Caroline to me also had the worst line of the night.
Oh, what
which
was it?
was when she called herself, "I'm a hopeful romantic." Is that a thing?
No, I
hopeful
think that's not knowing what the phrase is.
Oh my god, dude, that's just like a Pinterest like meme trying to
So you
like.
think she just got it wrong?
Yeah, I think you just got it wrong.
I hated that. And I was like, no, you need to go home.
Okay, so who do we think's going home? How many people are getting eliminated? Do we
There's
have
a
one
lot
extra?
of girls because they
there-
brought in 3 girls this
I'm
week.
a little worried for. Bibiana hasn't had any romantic
Yeah,
connection with anyone.
Bibiana, Chelsea.
Chelsea hasn't. We haven't seen anything with. Who else is left? Bib, Chelsea.
Well,
I don't
Bibiana
think.
is going to be the goose's dessert.
Krystal for the main dish. Then Bibiana for just straight drinks and carrot cake.
Dessert.
Dessert obviously is Bibiana, but here's the thing. Tia's a late on night palapa thing. It's like the sobering moment. It's like I've had some drinks out tonight, I've had a great night, and then your ex is standing at your apartment door and you're like, oh my God, what are you doing here? Talk to her last.
Ew.
Yeah,
Can
that
we,
was
are we going to talk about this conversation? That conversation was disgusting.
Note to Chris, girls do not like to be referred to as different courses of your dinner.
It just seemed very high school. To
Yeah,
me.
the
Yeah,
whole
I know.
scene was gross. They seemed like
really
they were
was.
12-year-olds. I didn't like the way they were objectifying women. Also, Chris is not desirable. I don't know why Jordan's hyping him up as if he is. Chris is the worst.
That was Jordan, like in his persona, faking it. But
Right.
that was real Chris.
Yeah.
Like,
Chris was going
Chris
for
wasn't
it.
faking it. Jordan was hyping him. Jordan's like. He was talking like a high school football player talks in the locker room with his
Yeah.
buddies. That's what the conversation
Also,
was.
he's a hypocrite because he was just coming at Colton for not making up his mind when you're literally sitting there doing worse. And I was like, I'm done with Chris. I hope Tia throws him in the ocean.
I hope so
Well, we ended last night's episode with her saying it's time to cook the goose.
I love that line.
So I think
was
it's
good.
going down.
I like when you're talking about all when Chris said the goose doesn't know what direction he's gonna fly after tonight, and Jordan's like, bro, we're in the southern hemisphere, like it doesn't matter.
The goose doesn't know what direction he's gonna fly after tonight. But tonight,
That's okay, because we're in the South Hemisphere, so
We're nowhere near the southern
Fact check.
hemisphere. We are pretty far above the southern hemisphere, but Jordan knowing geography is like.
I mean,
of
Jordan
course
just
he
says
doesn't.
things. I feel like he doesn't think before he
Doesn't think
speaks.
before he
He just spits it out there.
So one of my favorite things that I saw too from Monday's episode was when it did come to the end, when Bibiana had her rose to give, the last rose to give out, and all the couple of episodes, every time I saw Bibiana, Wills was next to her, right? And they kind of shook up this friendship, and so you kind of think, oh, Bibi and Wills, they haven't made a romantic connection yet, but she's gonna bail him out. She'll
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
Wills the rose. And then on her Instagram, before last night's episode, she posted a selfie with Wills, a good picture of them. So she gave her rose to Colton. Okay.
Yeah.
So I go on her Instagram just to see. The top comment was by someone called Katie Pennypacker, and on Bibia's Instagram. How much did you get paid extra to give Colton the rose?
Yeah, the producers definitely told her to pick Colton.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
They needed Colton there for drama.
Yeah, they wanted to bring in Becca, so they
Right,
needed to keep
right.
Colton there. Also, that thing with Becca was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
I just feel like
Have we ever had that where the
No.
Bachelor Bachelor
It was
comes to paradise?
The most forced thing. They brought in Chris Harrison. Oh, someone's here to speak to the women, and she didn't even say anything to them. Did she even talk to the women?
caught up. She's like, I'm so happy. Like, you're glowing. And this, like,
Yeah,
okay.
it
No,
was the most forced thing.
This season to me has seemed a little more produced than the last. Like, the first
Definitely.
Bachelor in Paradise was awesome because it was just like.
well, I
free
think
for
maybe
all.
after
Free for all.
last season with the incident with Corinne, I think maybe now they
I
step
think
in
they're
and
just
make
like
it
trying to jump on stuff that they know was happening. Like the Tia Colton thing, they tried to drag it out, which didn't really make any sense because Colton had went on Becca's season, so he was over the whole Tia thing, and then they tried to force it. So I think it's just like it's too much.
It's all too much. And
Yeah.
also just how they have like all these props available for like fake like Southern iced tea for Tia, and then they have, like, birthday cake for
David
Jenna,
definitely
and
got that cake from a producer as
Right.
well.
It's like they're feeding him. Oh, give this to this person. Give like
Right.
nothing. Everything David does this season is just like that is a line that they told
Why
you to
is
say.
David still
I
there?
have no idea.
Well, in the words of Jordan, David is upset about something. I don't know if it's because I matched with his mom on Tinder.
Yeah, that was a pretty good line.
So there
that was
you
a pretty
go.
good line.
Yeah.
And there's just still a few people that we haven't even seen talk. Like we haven't really seen what's her name? The one that really annoying laugh.
Angela.
Angela has.
Oh, she had a little connection with Eric. I'm not sure if she's really into him, but they kissed.
I guess. And then what's the girl? Nisha.
Nisha, I
Nisha?
think.
The nurse.
The nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nisha's had. I think I've had more lines this season on Bachelor in Paradise than Nisha. Nisha has not talked, but she's there in case anyone gets hurt when David falls out of bed again. Nisha
When
yeah.
Jordan's eyes pop out of his head.
Yes, when Jordan's eyes pop out of his socket.
Hello, Jenna. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh my gosh.
Those eyes popped out of that head. I was like, I'm a nurse and I don't have time for that. You better put those eyes back in that head.
Okay, thanks guys for tuning in again for the morning after Bachelor in Paradise. Tune in next week. Hopefully, some more drama goes down that we can discuss, and maybe we'll have a special guest in. Who knows? All right, bye guys.
Bye.